So you wrote the book, The Fitzgeralds and the Kennedys.
I did.
50 years after his assassination, how does JFK still loom in the public consciousness? How does he still influence things?
Well, it's astonishing how those pictures, if we hadn't had a world of photography and film, I'm not sure that the memory would be as strong as it is right now, because he did only have 3 years in the presidency. But popular people still remember what he looked like as a young man, and the idea that he was cut short at that moment of glamour when America was feeling optimistic about the world, when we felt that private people could care about public lives and the Peace Corps and poverty. There was a sense of a mood of destiny in that generation. And when it was cut short, I think there'll always be a romantic feeling about it.
In fact, so romantic that at least 2 authors, Stephen King and Jeff Greenfield, have written books about what might have been had Kennedy survived, had he lived.
Exactly. In fact, I talked to both of them when they were writing the books. It was fun to think about what if.
And what do you think would have been?
I think it would have been different. There's no question. On the one hand, I got to say for LBJ, the guy I knew when I was 24 years old and who I have enormous affection for, I'm not sure that JFK would have been able to get the Civil Rights Bill through the Congress. Would he have been able to get Voting Rights Bill, Medicare? I think LBJ had a brilliance with the Congress that JFK wouldn't have. But it's very possible that JFK was a more rational person than LBJ. It's possible when the war was spiraling out of control, he might have said enough, and he might have cut it short earlier, and that would have made such a difference in the country. But we don't know. He might not have.